Okay, so today we're diving into something that I think is pretty important, and that's how AI is changing the way businesses operate. And for this deep dive, we're going to be looking at a discussion from the CXOworlds podcast.
Yeah, it's really fascinating stuff. I mean, it's not just about businesses being able to do things faster. It's really about how work gets done and what that even means.
Right, and I think you hit the nail on the head there. This is a really big change, and I think what we really want to get to the bottom of in this deep dive is, what are the core ideas behind what AI-powered automation even means? Like, how do we even define that?
Well, the podcast talked about how it's using AI to basically take over things that people used to have to do. And they give some interesting examples like chatbots that can answer customer questions
Right.
or even software that can like predict problems in a supply chain before they
Oh
happen.
yeah, I remember that part. And they also talked about software that can analyze like huge amounts of financial data way faster than a person ever could, which is kind of mind-blowing when you think about it.
It really is. And I think what makes it so different from like older types of automation is that this is intelligent automation.
Yeah.
These AI systems can actually learn and adapt.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's not just about following a set of rules anymore, which is what makes it so powerful. And I think that leads into like the why are businesses so focused on this? And the podcast made the argument that it's not just about saving money.
Right. It's about redefining what efficiency even means.
Hmm.
It's about freeing people up from those like really repetitive tasks that can be automated. The
Yeah.
things that a machine can do just as well, if not better.
Yeah, they kept coming back to this idea of RPA, robotic process automation, and how it allows businesses to take all that human talent and point it towards more like strategic work, the stuff that really needs a human touch.
Exactly. I mean, why have someone sitting there doing data entry all day when a machine can do it and that person could
Yeah.
be, coming up with the next big idea or something?
Yeah, absolutely. And they had this really great example from the insurance industry. Imagine AI that can look at pictures of damage and immediately check your policy and even like settle your claim all in just a few minutes.
Yeah, that was a good one. It's amazing when you think about how long that stuff usually takes and what it could mean for both the customer and the company.
And that kind of efficiency just ripples out in so many ways. And they had another example from manufacturing that I thought was really interesting, predictive maintenance, where you've got sensors on machines feeding data to AI.
Yeah, and the AI can then predict when a machine is likely to break down, which is huge because then you could do maintenance before it actually breaks.
That's right. You're not waiting for something to go wrong, you're preventing it, which saves so much time and money. It's a whole different way of thinking about things.
Definitely. And, the podcast didn't shy away from some of the challenges with all this.
Hmm.
They talked about how employees might be resistant to these changes and, the costs of implementing these systems can be significant.
Yeah, and I think they made a good point about how important it is to manage that change while, communicate with employees and really emphasize that AI is a tool that can make their jobs better, not replace them.
Exactly. And starting with smaller pilot projects can be a good way to show people the benefits and get them on board.
That makes a lot of sense. And ultimately, I think what it comes down to is this idea that AI is an enabler, not a replacement. It's about using technology to empower people to do what they do best.
I completely agree. It's all about creating this partnership between human intelligence and machine capabilities.
So to kind of sum up our deep dive here, we've seen how AI-powered automation is really changing the game for businesses.
Yeah.
It's not just about doing things a little bit faster. It's about a fundamental shift in how we work. And the insurance and manufacturing examples really highlight the potential impact.
And I think that leaves us with a really interesting question to ponder. As AI keeps advancing, what new possibilities for automation might be just around the corner? And how might those possibilities change not just the business world, but our everyday lives?
Definitely something to think about. All right, that's going to do it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.